The old British Empire spread its English throughout the world, and today those who do not know the language are at a disadvantage. If you do not believe me, travel. As a result of the British leaving their English around the world, English has become the world standard for conducting international business. For example, when Japanese and Chinese have a business meeting together, it is likely going to be in English, not Chinese nor Japanese. According to the People's Daily, a Chinese newspaper, over 300 million Chinese have studied English. And why? Because the Chinese government knows it is in China's best interest to have its people know English. Besides commerce, the English language is used in international science. All countries, including the language protective French, publish their scientific papers in English. The same is true for communicating international technical, engineering, biological, and medical standards. They're all in English. Knowing this, then, you would think it would be in the United States' best interest to make sure all of its citizens were able to know English very well. Sadly, it seems with regard to Spanish speakers living in the United States, our government is trying hard to make sure the next generation of Spanish speakers remains dominant in only the Spanish and not English language. Anyone will tell you if you want to learn a foreign language, the best way is with lots of practice. But pick up the telephone and call any governmental office and you will get something like this.
Welcome to the Internal Revenue Service. Para continuar en español, oprima el 8. Es posible que su llamada sea inspeccionada o grabada.
That's because in the year 2000, President Clinton issued an executive order requiring the federal, state, and local governments to offer their services in Spanish. How many of you are aware Spanish television and radio are strongly in favor of the United States becoming officially bilingual Spanish and English? You will never hear or see Spanish radio and TV public service announcements informing Spanish-speaking parents that 1 in 4 people in the world have some ability to speak English, that it's the world's commercial, scientific, technical language, and to not know it well is to put your children at a disadvantage. Spanish television and radio have a very strong economic interest in seeing the U.S. become officially bilingual, Spanish and English. If the U.S. were to become officially bilingual, their network values would soar from the single-digit billions to multiples of that. The largest Spanish-speaking network, Univision, has its most popular anchorman giving speeches, writing books on why he thinks the U.S. should become officially bilingual. Our Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, does not even know how many Spanish radio and television stations there are in the U.S. And of course, it would be asking way too much of the FCC to ever ask Spanish-speaking networks to run public service announcements aimed at Spanish-speaking parents about the benefits of their children knowing English well. Are you aware the U.S. government rewards school districts with federal money if they send their kids to bilingual programs rather than mainstreaming them? Of course, our cash-strapped schools, in order to get the money, will steer students to bilingual classes. And once they've completed the bilingual program, the government, nor the state, nor the school district keeps track of these kids to see if their bilingual program was successful. So if these kids graduate from high school without knowing how to speak English well and end up being the next generation of maids and gardeners, our government seems to be satisfied. It makes no sense, but it seems like our government wants immigrants from Spanish-speaking countries to retain Spanish while encouraging other immigrants to learn English.